Remember, you have to look here.
Have you started already?
Okay?
You started?
Yeah.
Hi there, how are you guys? So it's that time of month again, time for us to send a quick update to you guys. I know that in New Zealand it's raining a lot. If it's any consolation, it hasn't stopped raining for 2 months here. So much for a tropical country. I hope you feel better about that. I know there's a fly on my face. Anyway. So I wanted to start by telling you a story about a family that we've been visiting regularly. Her name, just for these purposes, is Donna Sada, and her husband, Mario. They have 14 children, 9 of which live at home, so that's 4 teenage girls and 5 young children all living with their parents. And their house is like a tiny, small mud house. It's got very, very low ceilings. The kitchen, to go in, you have to bend down to be able to cook. She cooks on a wood fire, which the smoke just fills the whole house. It has 2 tiny, small bedrooms, and the roof is full of holes, so when it rains, it drips all night on them when they're sleeping. And unfortunately, because of the rain at the moment, I mean, two months of rain, their walls are slowly melting away in the rain. Mario, her husband, he makes wooden carts for bulls to tow. That's how he makes his living, and he spends most of his days in his fields of crops and things, with corn and beans and things like that. And they don't complain. Whenever we visit them, they don't complain. They don't ask us for anything. They always greet us with the biggest smiles on their faces. And last week we were given the privilege of being able to help them out a little bit. We were able to take big sheets of black plastic that we tied to the exterior walls just to try and stop the rain from hitting at their house constantly. So just to try and decrease the speed of which the walls are falling down. And while we were there, we were also able to witness the moment where they were told that their family was going to be built in a new house, which was so exciting. Local roading companies decided that they're going to raise the funds to be able to build Donna Sada and her family a new house. And her reply when she was told was really, really, really cool. She said, "By faith in God, my house will be built," which was really special. There's another family that Alianson visited recently, Donna Maria. She showed him her house, and unfortunately she didn't have food, she didn't have anything in the cupboards, she wasn't sure how she was going to make the next meal for her family. And when Alianson was asking her, he was pointing to the fields, there were some new crops being planted, and he asked her, "Are those fields yours?" And she said, "But firstly, they're God's, and secondly, they're mine." You know, they've got absolutely nothing, but they have such a strong faith in God. They're so expectant of what God's going to do. They're so hopeful of what God can do. Okay, so we've just also said goodbye last week to our 5th short-term missions team that were staying with us. They came from Waiwan, Curitiba, where we used to live. It was so awesome to have them here. It was really full on, 5 young people. We did so much with them in the 10 days that they were here. We were able to go to 3 primary schools, 2 daycares. They were able to teach in the local church here. They did home visits with us in the communities, the rural communities that we visit. We love to receive short-term missions teams here because they bring a new energy, and they also open up doors that me and Alianson can later on step through, which is really, really, really good. So what's up for the next month? Next week we're actually travelling to Curitiba, where we used to live, where we're going to spend a week, which will be great because we get to spend time with friends that we haven't seen for a while. Alliance is going to be going to a conference for Nicacios team, and we're also going to have the opportunity to be able to minister into a couple of churches and to Waiwam itself in the meetings there. So that'll be good to be able to talk about our ministry that we have here in Kanapi, to be able to talk about our needs and all sorts of things. So we're really praying that we have people come forth that want to partner with us in our ministry, and people that want to come and to be a blessing here in Kanapi, to be able to work here and help serve this place with us. What have the girls been up to? They've been really good. Just like I started this video, I want to tell another story about faith and something that really taught me. Amelia came up to me the other day. She's absolutely sick and tired of all the rain. She even whispered to me, saying, "Mummy, I'm actually praying that the rain will stop." And last week we actually had a day of sunshine, which was very exciting. We ran outside and I put the rocking chair outside, and the girls were playing out in the front of the house in the mud and all sorts, running around. And after about 10 minutes, Amelia called me and said, "Mummy, can you come see this?" So I went over and looked at what she was doing. She had piled up some bricks and things, and I looked at her and I said, "Okay, what is it, sweet pea?" And she said, "Mummy, I just built an altar for Jesus. I just wanted to thank him for the sunshine that he sent, just like Noah did when God promised him that he wouldn't flood the earth again." Well, that was my lesson for the day. And, you know, there's childlike faith, just like it's being grateful for the little things. It's being grateful for the simplicity, the things that we usually take for granted, just like Donna Sara, just like Donna Maria, Amelia. It's being grateful for what we have. So I think that's a lesson that we can all take, is to be grateful, to be expectant, to be hopeful, and to put our faith in God. So for those of you that like to pray with us, if you can be praying for us for our trip next week to Curitiba, that it'll be a relaxing time, but it'll also be a fruitful time with what we have to do there. Please be praying for us as a family. Our health is not so great. We're all sick, constantly sick over the last 2 months because of the house. It's not because of the house, because of the rain and things, and it's a wee bit cold here. Not cold compared to New Zealand, but it's cold. Elias has got an infection in his eye as well, so that's why he doesn't want to appear on camera. He's got one small eye. There's his hand. If you could be praying for the project that we're starting, please pray for favour before the government so that we're able to register it properly and for everything to flow smoothly. Also, please be praying with us for our car. Over the last couple of months, our car has taken quite a beating. You know, we like to be able to get out into the rural communities, but to do that, we've got to go up over rocks. And I don't know if anyone saw the photo on Instagram lately of just a mountain of mud that we had to climb in our car. And although our car is being very faithful to us, the poor thing is it's slowly starting to rattle in a few places. So I just want to thank you guys for watching up until here. Sorry if it was a little bit painful, but thanks anyway.